in today's presentation, I'm going to tell you, oh, it changed the print, but that's okay. You can see there was a very famous movie called Lost in Translation, starring one of my crushes, Scarlett Johansson, and a very funny American comedian named Bill Murray. But it says at the top of the screen, everybody wants to be found. It's not just because Scarlett Johansson and Bill Murray were completely lost in Japan when they went to Japan. If you see this movie, it's very funny. Uh, some people consider the movie to be stereotyped, means they show the Japanese in one specific way, which is not true because all Japanese are not the same. But in general, they have a hard time learning English because English is very different from Japanese. And I'm going to talk about this more later. But it's not because Scarlett Johansson and Bill Murray could not understand Japanese. They could not, but it's more because both of them in the movie, they are both lost in their own lives. Scarlett Johansson's having problems in her relationship, and Bill Murray is having problems with his family, and they meet by coincidence in Japan, and they develop a friendship. But in my case, I was completely lost in Japan, and I will tell you why. Let's go to the next slide, please. So back in the year 1988, before most of you were born, I decided that I was going to work in Japan as an English teacher. And at that time, my brother said to me, yeah, you can contact our friend Brendan. Brendan Riley was from my hometown, a small city in Connecticut, and he went to Japan to teach English also. He married a Japanese woman named Kaoru, and he and I started to communicate. But at that time in 1988, you probably don't know, we didn't use email. We used only snail mail. That means I had to write a letter to Brendan by hand, put it in the post at the post office, and it took about 1 month to arrive in Japan. And then after 1 month, I received a letter back from Brendan. Will, so great to hear from you. Please come to Japan. It's a great place. You're going to love it here. It's safe, it's organized, it's fun, and you can make a lot of money teaching English. And I can help you, Brendan said. So Brendan and I started to write letters every month. He started to explain a little bit more about Japan. Japan, the land of the rising sun, the land of endless discovery. Sorry, I know some of the words got cut off, but for me, when I arrived in Japan, finally, it was the land where I got lost every day for about 1 month. But I stayed there for 6 years. I found myself. But let me tell you one thing. Brendan finally sent me a letter. And in the letter, when I decided to go to Japan, he put all his information, his telephone number, his address. And because I'm a really smart guy, I copied all this information in another notebook. And when I went to Japan, finally, I didn't bring the original letter. So this is very important. Pay attention. I didn't have the original letter. I had the information copied in a notebook. Okay, let's go to the next slide.
Uh-oh.
Please feel free to ask any questions.
It sounds like something's going to happen.
Okay, when I arrived in Tokyo, finally, after deciding to go there because of Brendan's advice and guidance, I decided not to find a job or not to look for a job when I was still in the United States, because it's possible to get a job teaching. There are many companies that hire Americans, Australians, Canadian native speakers when they are still in their countries, and then they go to Japan, they already have a job. But I heard, especially from Brendan, that if I went to Japan to find a job there, I could make more money, right? Because I could negotiate directly with the companies rather than accepting a job while I was still in the United States. So Brendan made a reservation for me at a Tokyo hotel. So I arrived at Narita Airport, a giant airport. I went by a very beautiful train to downtown Tokyo, and I found this hotel. I don't know how I found the hotel, but I did. And I checked in. Nobody at the hotel could speak English. And I also realized that after studying Japanese for 1 year in the USA, I couldn't understand anything. I was really confused. But okay, I found my room. So I went into my room by myself, and the room was, like Thiago said, in Sweden, everything's very small. In Japan, everything is tiny. I'm not a big guy. I'm 177 centimeters, but the bed in the hotel, my feet went under the desk when I was sleeping. When I went into the bathroom, they had this little bathtub that was so small, but if you doubled your knees, you could take a bath. It was amazing. I was shocked. I was surprised, but that's Japan. So at least I thought, Brendan told me he was going out of the city for one day. It was a holiday, November 3rd, 1988. And he said, Will, I'll be back on Thursday, which is a holiday in Tokyo, at 5 p.m. Call me at 5 p.m. So I thought, at least I can sleep late in my hotel. No, somebody came. They knocked on the door at 8:30 in the morning. Check out, time to check out. Oh my God, oh no. So I got up. I was suffering from jet lag, but okay, I checked out, but I had these big bags. I said to the person, excuse me, what do I do with my bags? And the person said, Raka, Raka, and was pointing, Raka, what is a Raka? I didn't understand what the person was saying. I was completely lost, but the person was telling me there's a locker where you can put your bags. So after I realized what they were talking about, this took about 10 minutes to understand that Raka meant locker.